here. So let's bring back up the weather headlines. Peggy Sipes, thanks for watching the show this morning. Again, just a wet day today. Thankfully, a dry weekend. Eventually, I would like to mow and try to mulch up these leaves in the yard. Still too wet for that. Then we got rain late Monday, Tuesday, and then a chilly Thanksgiving. So we're going to look at that with the weather models here in just a second. Then pretty cold for Black Friday and into next weekend. And as we wrap up our last weekend of November next weekend, we'll look at that with the longer range data here in just a second. So for our Friday, happy Friday, 60 degrees today. And you get the picture. It's a wet one out there. Almost no wind, though. Here's our stupid weather jokes of the day, which are still Thanksgiving related. What does a drunk turkey do? Wobble, wobble. You may have some family members that do the wobble, wobble late on Thanksgiving. What do you call a turkey running? Fast food. I heard camouflage pants are on sale for Black Friday, but I'm not seeing any. Got any cornbread jokes? I do, but they're corny, just like all the jokes we do every day. Lillian Lasley's got a rain report at the house. Light rain there in Grayson County. Thank you. The countdown continues. Thanksgiving in just 6 days, guys. The earliest sunset in 11 days, 5:22 p.m. Christmas in 34. Just a little over a month out. Springtime in 120 days. And I got my mom popping in the comments. Good morning from my mom and your almost 99-year-old grandma. 99 on Thanksgiving. Good morning from across the hill over there. All right, here is a look at our weather history for today. In 1880, Indianapolis set a record low of 2 degrees. Brr. In 1887, 7 years later, Louisville sets a record low of 13 degrees on today's date. So it can get cold this time of the year. If you're on the show earlier this morning, we showed you that there was some snow on this date several times. 1992, an EF4 tornado made a 128-mile trek across Mississippi, striking the cities of Florence and Brandon in Rankin County. There were 10 fatalities and 98 injuries. In 1994, Hurricane Gordon caused over 1,000 deaths in Haiti, mostly due to mudslides. 8 died when Gordon came ashore in Florida as a Category 1 with winds 85 miles per hour. Over 14 inches of rain fell in Fort Lauderdale. The storm caused an estimated $400 million in damage in the U.S. alone. In 2024, last year, Indianapolis picks up a record snow amount for this date with 3.2 inches. There you go. Yeah, I was showing you that snow from Indianapolis on today's date. So tonight's forecast will keep some scattered showers around, low of 51 degrees. So temperatures aren't going to move much from where they are right now. And we've got Diana Evans. Better weather for deer hunting than last weekend. Yeah, last weekend was cold. I don't even remember. No, it was breezy, right? We had some sunshine and windy weather. And we've got Lillian Lasley loving the jokes. And we've got Laura Dvorak. Good morning. Thanks for watching here this morning. And back to it. Actually, Christian, I've got my brother visiting this weekend from Indianapolis. Thanks for asking. What are your plans, buddy? And the forecast here for tomorrow, I think we'll have some clouds in the morning, and then we're going to try to sneak in some sunshine for the afternoon, the high of 58 degrees. Oh, it was on the warm side, Diana. Last weekend, it was nice last weekend. Got some golf in. And then, and actually, this weekend's going to be pretty nice. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to get that peak of sunshine. Temperatures in the upper 50s, near 60 degrees, which is a little above normal. Our normal high now, guys, is 55. So anything above that, obviously, is above normal. 37 our normal low. And then our 7-day forecast here for you. We got sunshine and 60 for Sunday, hovering near 60 early next week. So the GFS tries to bring in a little bit of a rain chance Monday afternoon. The other models, like the European weather model, keep it until Monday night. So anyway, late Monday looks like our next best chance of rain. And then into Tuesday, that rain will linger. And then it looks like we'll be dry Wednesday, but cool. Trying to get in 18 holes next Wednesday. And by the way, if you're watching yesterday, I did survive getting on the metal roof of the cabin, which is, again, 1,000 feet up behind me here, to try to fix a little bit of a leaky spot in the roof. Hopefully Hopefully I did. Well, I guess we'll see when we go back up there later. I had to get the ladder up there on kind of a damp metal roof. A little sketchy. But I tend to like to do sketchy things, it seems like. All right, here we go. 53 Wednesday. And we've got, that sounds like a great weekend. Christian, Special Olympics, sports, church, Sunday, Saturday breakfast. Love it. Loving the jokes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Christian. All right, then Thanksgiving and Friday. Looking at 40s for highs, lows in the 20s. It might be a little breezy as well. So we've got a Thanksgiving chill on the way. I think that's kind of appropriate. I always kind of, when I think of Thanksgiving, I don't know if you have an image in your mind of like the weather for a Thanksgiving day. I always kind of think of clouds. I think of jacket weather, coat weather, that kind of thing. Looks like that's what we're going to have. Thank you very much, Laura. Appreciate it. Love it up there. I think we're going to actually spend the night up in the cabin tonight with no fire. So lows around 50 degrees. I think just kind of sleep with a jacket on will be all right, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So we are now, it's at 10:21. So I need to get on it here. I'm trying to stay on track. Speaking of track, we're tracking the rain. And there you can see it across the area, sliding in from the southwest. And just take a drink every time I say gloomy, I guess, today, because it is gloomy out there. And speaking of which, we'll cheers here with the drink of the coffee. When we add up all this rain today, it's probably going to be around, I'd say most areas pick up less than a half of an inch of rainfall. So not a big deal. We're just kind of tired of it. Look at, how far west this goes. So, I mean, this stretches all the way out to the west. Now, some of this will lift to the north. You see this little drier pocket off to the southwest? We might get into, a little bit of a break in this rain later today. And then we're going to start to fill it back in probably late afternoon, evening time with a lot more scattered showers across the area. Going to take some time to get this low pressure system through here, but it should pick up some pace and get out of here by tomorrow morning. I'm thinking no fire. Because you get a fire going to the cabin with these temperatures, it'll run you out of there. It can be too hot. And I don't mind sleeping in the cool weather. So, and Laura is tired of the rain. You are not alone. That is for sure. All right, let's fire up the weather models here. Does a pretty dang good job. So I'm going to back this up to time now. Time 0. And there you can see it's picking up very well. So this is actually not radar. That's just a high resolution weather model doing a really good job. And we'll push this ahead to 1 o'clock today. Still some rain around the area. So Orlean, the weather next Thursday is looking chilly. Look at that 40s. And but quiet. It should be dry. So that's good. And we'll look at that here with the longer range data in just a second. We'll look at that cold weather spilling in late next week for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. This is at 3 p.m. today with the weather model. Here's at 5 o'clock today. Still scattered rain across the area. And then going into 8 p.m. So if you have Friday night plans, plan on the scattered showers to continue across the area. And a lot of real estate getting that rain throughout the Ohio Valley, Midwest, down to the deep south. We're going to push this ahead to midnight tonight. And the raindrops still coming down. But I'm going to bring up the 48-hour HRRR. And we're going to go to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And notice the rain is starting to move off to the east. So that big blob, that big system, which is kind of interesting because it stretches all the way out to Nebraska right now. That back edge is going to move that far within less than 24 hours. So there you can see the very back edge of it starting to move out around sunrise tomorrow morning. So that is at around 7 a.m. And then here is 9 o'clock. It shows kind of like a little bit of a sprinkle chance east of I-65 mid-morning. But most of our day is going to be dry. Let me see if we have a cloud product here. We do. We have a cloud cover product here. So the big thing is we want to get the clouds out of here. We're tired of these clouds. So this is noon tomorrow. I'm going to go into the afternoon. Still show some pesky clouds around the area. So we might see by late in the afternoon. Notice southern Indiana has a better chance to sneak in. The sun peaks Saturday afternoon. Kentucky, it looks like it'll stay cloudy for longer. But that's awesome. Pretty cool weather model data with the cloud cover there. I'm going to compare and contrast here with the NAM 3 kilometer showing the cloud cover as well. This is at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so let me back this up a little bit. So it's pretty similar, showing a better chance of some sun in Indiana than Kentucky. The sunny side of the river, as they say, for tomorrow afternoon. Sorry, Kentucky. Looks like it'll be cloudier for longer tomorrow. But that's the cloud model right there. And then temperatures will hover mostly upper 50s, might touch 60 in some areas for tomorrow afternoon. And then we've got sunshine for Sunday. Let me bring up the NAM weather model. That'll go out just a little bit longer. I'm going to push this to our 23rd, which is Sunday. I think these are high clouds that is showing up here on Sunday. I think actually we'll have a mostly sunny sky. And now let me bring back up the reflectivity, which is the rainfall product. We are dry here Sunday. The next system, our eyes are on that. Notice here out towards the southwest. You're going to start to see that energy moving east late Monday and into next Tuesday. Let's see how far out we can go with the NAM weather model. So this is 7 a.m. Monday, just out to the west is that rain. And this is Monday afternoon. I kind of like that, this model, this output. Happy to hear that, Christian. Loving the job there. All right, so there's the rain out west of us Monday and getting closer to us Monday evening. And that's lining up with the European weather model. And if that happens, I would say the Euro is going to be more correct than what the GFS was showing. The GFS has the rain coming in earlier on Monday. I'm going to say probably Monday evening is when we have that next pretty decent chance of rain moving into the area. And by the way, if you have a chance, taking a pause to rant a little bit here. If you have a chance to read, I shared a post about an hour ago because things are just getting wild and out of control. And this is from Chris Allen. Some of you in Kentucky may know. He's a longtime meteorologist out of Bowling Green. But he posted this, okay? And just read that. It kind of tells you why there are so many alerts and crazy maps on social media, but not just social media, on television too. Consultants got into the TV game a long time ago, and they wanted to push breaking news. They wanted to push weather alerts, alerting you every day. I mean, if there's a raindrop, there's an alert. It gets old. And finally, hopefully, some of you or a lot of you are realizing a lot of these alerts are just total BS. Just tell us what the weather's going to be and don't make everything an alert. It's annoying. I don't know how much of this shows up on your like social media feed when you're scrolling and there's like a map of like 12 inches of snow a week out. And by the way, there's like no snow chance after people are posting these maps. So it's just crazy. Anyway, read that. He's got a great write up. Chris Allen, a great guy there in Bowling Green. Again, longtime chief meteorologist down there. So check that out. Anyway, rant over. All right, moving on. All right, moving on here. So this is going to switch over to the GFS weather model so we can look at the rain. And here comes some of that rain Monday evening. Again, from that system off to the west. Christian, I am with you. It might be a nap kind of day. I mean, a good soup day, good chili day, good excuse to be lazy kind of day. I am with you 100% on that. All right, so you're seeing this rain. I think most of this rain is going to be during the overnight period, Monday night into Tuesday morning is kind of the bullseye of the next rain. Going into 7 o'clock, Tuesday morning of our Thanksgiving week on the 25th. And so that rain is kind of lingering. It looks like it'll be pretty light for the most part for Tuesday. And then the good news is it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to go into Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. There might be a sprinkle. Most of the models are drying us out by early Wednesday. It's just a slow moving front. And then this is at 1 p.m. when I have a tea time on Wednesday. So I've got to get this weather out of here. I selfishly need to dry things out next Wednesday. It'll probably be a little chilly. Trying to get some golf in before Thanksgiving for the father-son championship, 18 holes out at Covered Bridge. I'm hoping that we get that in next Wednesday. All right, so then this is at 7 o'clock Wednesday. Now we're going into Thanksgiving morning, guys. So if you have travel next Wednesday, by the way, I can back this up. The 26th. So big travel day. You can see rain over the northeast, rain down to the south, not much happening out to the west. So I think air travel is pretty good shape. I don't see anything wild and crazy. I can actually switch this into precipitation type 2. And then you can see this is rain. So no big deal there across the United States either. It's for our big travel day Wednesday. All right, let's go into our Thanksgiving on the 27th. My grandma, by this time, is 99 years old. And there you can see pretty quiet weather here, stretching from coast to coast and border to border here for Thanksgiving. This is your Thanksgiving map at 4 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. What you don't see is the chill. So bear with me just a second. All right. Let me know if I just dropped out, because it dropped out on my end, the Starlink internet. Let me know if I just dropped out for a second. I'm not 100% sure. All right, let's bring it back up. It is great. I mean, we got the signal through the clouds and the rain so far. Knock on wood. All right, here's your chill coming down from the north. This is 7. No, that's 7 p.m. Let's go to, all right, we're getting dinner. The house is smelling good. Thanksgiving Day. The turkey's roasting. And we're looking at upper 30s and 40s, 1 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. There's that chilly air spilling into the region. Orlean, okay, thank you very much for the report. I got Diana Piney, my stepmom. You dropped. It dropped out of North Vernon. Donna, you did drop out. Thank you very much. We're back. Gina Hilton, my friend's getting married on Thanksgiving, outdoor wedding. She will need a campfire going. Yes, indeed. We're talking, that's the big story for Thanksgiving is our temperature drop. Speaking of dropping out, temperature drop. So let's bring this back up. And let's watch the chilly air spill in as we look at, we'll go from Wednesday afternoon. So there it is. We can watch it. See this source of cold air? It's going to be dropping our direction. So this is Wednesday afternoon. We've got 50s, not so bad, right? Normal temperatures Wednesday for this time of the year. And then notice the progression of that cold air spilling our direction. It's not severe cold, but it's chilly. And then I'm going to take us into our Friday morning, Black Friday morning. And there you go. We've got some, looks like some 20s and low 30s. A freezing start to the day. I don't know if there's crazy people out there that still go shopping early on Friday or not, but You're going to have to bundle up. And then this is our Friday afternoon. Upper 30s, low 40s. Very chilly, I would say. So our normal high is 55. So we're looking at temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees below normal for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And the chill is going to linger as well. So we're going into our Saturday morning. So this would be what, the 29th? And the chill lingers. But hey, it's not as bad as our friends up to the north. Oh, the map is going crazy. I'm sorry about that. This is some like serious Siberian cold that they've got going up here. Look at that. Minus 30s. So there's some real deal cold building up with our friends to the north here, north of the border into Canada and into Alaska. So it's there. What do you need to get some of that here?